Welcome! This time I transform a DJI Mavic Mini into transparent case. All the cases are made by clear epoxy with silicone mold casting. For this transformation, I made 10 silicone mold to make all the casting. All the folding joints are working properly. You can see the inside component with all the cable inside. After this transformation, can it really work? Can it fly? Stay tuned to find out the answer. In this video, I will show you the whole process from disassembling the drone and making the clear case, also reassemble it back together. And the most important part, the test flight. I bought this brand new Mavic Mini for this project because I need a scratch-free case for me to do the casting. After the first flight test, I started to disassemble it right away, removing the 4 screws from the bottom to remove the top cover. Start from the battery opening, pry open the snap fit buckle, then you will see a gap start to appear at the tail of the case, and start to use soft plastic ply tool to open the case. Be careful, don't scratch or break the case. With the help of some thin plastic, gently go around the gap and finally you can open the case. I confess I was terrified when I saw this, but turned out the plastic is a bit strong. I didn't break the cover. Finally reviewing the amazing GPS module and the ESC for all the brushless motor. All the brushless motor is soldered to the ESC board, so I need to desolder them all. Now can start to remove the arms. First remove the 2 rear arms first. Since there is no antenna attached, only 3 cables for the brushless motor on each side. After removing the 2 screws from the top and bottom, you can take out the arm. Same on the other side. Interestingly, they fill the arm cavity with foam. Using the ply tool, I remove them all. Then unscrew the 3 nuts that securing the brushless motor. And then take away the motor with the cable. And then removing the battery cover. I started making the small parts mold to see if the material will stick to silicone. After the silicone cured, I open the mold and take out the parts. Turn out those kind of plastic won't stick to my silicone, so we are all good. After the parts been taken out, we can start to do the epoxy pouring. After the epoxy cured, we take out the parts and it turns out very good. Look exactly to the original parts. So let's continue to disassemble the drone. Removing the 2 screws from the bottom to remove the front arm. Pushing the hinge from the top to remove the spring hinge. Removing the GPS module. All the quick connector, they added hot glue to secure it. So we need to remove the hot glue in order to remove the quick connector. So by removing the GPS connector, you can take away the module. Then take away the ESC. Also disconnect the connector and take out the ESC board. Unscrew the 2 screws from the tail. Then you can start to remove the motherboard cover from the bottom. Removing the screw on the heatsink. Removing the heatsink, you can see the motherboard. And then you can disconnect all the quick connector, including the 2 antenna cable, 1 ESC connector, 2 quick connector for the camera, and the gimbal. Now you can take away the whole motherboard. There are 4 damping rubber for the gimbal. You can just pull it out to remove it. Removing the rear arm hinge. We can start to make the mold. Now I use acrylic strip for the runner. I use super glue to stick them onto the parts, and then I fix it onto a clear plastic and then put inside the tailor-made box. Glue it together. After measuring the silicone we needed and mixing the hardener, then degas the silicone. Then we can now do the silicone pour into the mold. Pour in slowly and tilt the mold a little bit to eliminate gas bubble. Then we can wrap it up and put inside to the oven. This oven provides temperature to make the silicone cure faster and compress air to take away all the gas bubble. After the silicone cured, we can start to cut open the mold. But this mold is the most tedious mold because it had a lot of undercut inside. It took me a very long time on deciding how to cut it open. Finally, it became a 4-part mold. Now putting the 4 parts together. Put the box back together and then glue it. Now we can do the epoxy pouring inside the mold. After mixing the part A and part B of epoxy and then degas the epoxy, we use a syringe to squeeze in the epoxy into the mold. When you see some epoxy overflow in some hole, and you clog it, just like playing the pop-up animal head game. Then we put some extra epoxy on top of the hole so it have enough supply when it shrink. Similarly, I put it into the same oven to let it cure. After it cured, I open the box and take out the parts. But unfortunately, I broke the case, so I need to do another one. So my second try is a success. I can't believe I can pull off this casting because there are so much undercut. At first I think it's impossible, but finally I get it done. For the parts surface are matte finish, so I need to add a clear coat to make it transparent. So you can see here the before and after the spray top coat. Now you can see the words behind the case. All the other parts are made as a similar manner. So after all parts are cast, we can now start to reassemble the whole drone. Starting with the rear arm, put back the brushless motor and then the hinge. Put the camera and gimbal back to its place. Put the gyro screw ribbon cable back. Attaching the ESC cable to the motherboard, then we can put the whole motherboard back to the case. Assembling the front arm, put the antenna back to its place. And then the brushless motor. For the front arm hinge part, it's a bit difficult. I tried it at least 10 times. Find out I need to pretension the joint by turning it 19 degrees. Put the arm into the main case and then put the pretensioned hinge inside. The arm need to be in a specific angle to fit in the hinge, and also you need to align the holes. When everything fits together, the arm can now fold up. Fix the 2 screws on the hinge. Some screw holes are not clearly captured, so I need to drill the hole for the screw to fit in. Attach the camera and gimbal quick connector. Screw the connector cover back. Put the gyro scoop back, but maybe this is a compass, I'm not sure. Connect the 2 antenna cable. and all the quick connector. Then we can cover the heatsink back. Fix the screw. Put the power button back to the bottom cover. And then the light transmit channel for the battery indicator. Gently snap the bottom cover back. Fix the two screws. The rear arm is pretty straightforward. Just put the cable back in and then put the two screws back. And then the ESC board. Fix the two big head screws. Finally, the GPS module. Connect the quick connector and then fix the screw. And solder all the motor cable back to the ESC. Voila! Almost done! But suddenly, bad things happened! I was too confident to do the first flight test without putting the top cover back. When it take off, it vibrates too violently and I cannot control it. And it hit the wall and automatically shut down and fall down from 2-meter height. And I didn't record any video. Anyway, the show must go on, so I used baking soda and super glue to fix the case. And then the worst nightmare come. The drone refused to turn on. I tried to remove the battery again and again and charge the battery again and again, but it still refused to turn on. I thought it's the problem with the battery, but I bought a brand new battery. The problem didn't go away. And then I tried to find motherboard online, but it costs like 80% of the drone. So, in the name of YouTube, I bought a brand new drone. So this video doubled my budget. I take out the motherboard from the brand new drone and then replace it to my clear case drone. Same story for the ESC. Desolder the cable and take out the brand new ESC and put it back into my clear case drone. When I see the drone finally turn on, I almost cry. And then I take off the propeller to check everything's working. Then we can get ready for the flight test. That day is a bit windy and a lot of turbulence on that area. And now, the moment of truth. I must tell you, I'm very anxious. But it successfully took off. It's very amazing looking at a clear case Mavic Mini drone flying in front of you. And it fly very stable. When you look from the bottom, the drone seems like blend into the sky. And because of the clear case, it looks even smaller. Watching the world's only clear case Mavic Mini drone flying in front of my eyes is really pleasing. And then I help her take some selfie. Isn't she look beautiful? And I try to make a belly selfie, but the bottom proximity sensor kick in and make the drone fly up. Then I just fly up and further a little bit. And then I land the plane. Because it's lunchtime, there are too many people around. And then I crash land the plane a little bit. But it's all fine, it still can fly afterwards. Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more similar video, make sure you check out my channel and subscribe. I will keep on making video regularly. Thanks for your support and see you next time.